Hello, myself Aryan Anil Patel, and today I am here presenting a minor IC activity of course UAV flight control system. My IC activity is doing the drone simulation by using the mission planner. Here we first of all go to the mission planner. Our mission planner software is opened. Here we can see the display. First of all, my assigned activity is using the hexacopter 66 waypoints. We do the simulation. First of all, we go to the simulation. Here we see the plane, rover, multi-rotor, helicopter. We select here the multi-rotor. The multi-rotor is a downloading. Multi-rotor frame is a downloading here. It takes some few seconds or times. Here we see it takes some minutes. Now here we see the multi-rotor is downloading. Now we see the multi-rotor drone is downloaded into this map. Here we see the frame of that multi-rotor. Now we go to the setup. Here we go to the mandatory hardware, and here we go to the frame type. Here we select the hexacopter frame type and the X type of the frame. Now we go to the configuration to checking our frame type is a hexacopter and in X. Here we go to the full parameter list. After coming to the full parameter list, here some list we find here the frame. We see here the frame. We go to this. In options, we see the our rotor is a hexacopter and it is an X type of the frame. Now we go to the plan to create a plan of 66 waypoints. Now we here to come. Now I am creating the circular point using the 66 waypoint. Here we go to the auto waypoint, create a circular circle waypoint. We take here radius of 150. Okay. We take the point 66 waypoints. Here we go to OK. Direction is 1. Angle of the first point whole degrees. OK. Here we get the 66 waypoints. We see here we get the 66 waypoint. Altitude, longitude, frame. We can delete the waypoint also. Now my plan is created. Now I am writing this plan. Now I will load this plan to the A data. Here we see my plan is already to here. Now we simulate this plan. We go first of all we go to the actions. Here we see our drone is stabilized, but it is in condition to the ready to arm. We fix it into the loiter mode. Now we arm this drone. After arming, it is armed successfully. Now we take off quickly because of it's disarmed quickly. My drone is take off. It is in the guided mode. It's here we see the altitude of the drone, and here we see the measurements like speed of these drones. Here we also see the how many satellites. There are 10 satellites are available. Now my drone come at a 45-meter altitude, and I am setting to the auto mode. Here we see the modes of that drone. My drone is now in auto mode. Here also we can change the speed, altitude, loiter data. Now my drone is going to the waypoint first. Now my drone are following the given waypoints. Now it comes to the third, fourth waypoint. Here we see the drone are moving in the X type of the frame. Here we also see the airspeed. Now it's following the path. Here we see the path of the drone, and it is completed. The yellow, purple line is shown that it path is completed. Here we can see our drone is following path. It is now in 24 number of the waypoint, and our altitude is at 100 mm. On each waypoint, our altitude is 100 meters. Here is our home point, and it's completing the circular at the 100 meter per second speed. Here, the arrow is shown the direction of that waypoints or the path of that drone. Now the drone is completing their half path. It is comes to the 30 through around 34. Here we see our drone is completing their path. Now we see it comes around to the 50 or 45 or 50 waypoints. Here we see that waypoints. Here we can see after completing some area, the purple line is gone forward. Here we see our plan is completing. My plan is a circular plan. After reaching that last point 66 November, we change our flight mode at RTL. RTL means return to the launch. Now we can see the flight is almost completing their paths. Here we can see our flight is completed. Now we change our flight mode, return to the launch. Here we can see our flight is into the return to the launch mode. Here we can see it is comes to the at its home points at its original position. It is called as a return to the launch. Here we see it comes to that home point and it's reducing its altitude and go to the ground in smooth way. After it's landing this drone, we check the data flash log of this plan. Now we see our drone is landing. It's now is 4 meter. Our drone is landed and it is disarmed now. Now we check where we to see a data flash logs. Here we see the list. We can go here and check our data flash log. Here we come to the data flash log. Download the data flash log via Mav link. Here we click that. Now we check our latest flight is 243. Latest flight is completed at 2043 means 843. Here we download that log. Here we see 844. Down here we selected that log and here go to download the selected logs. Here our log is downloaded. Our log is downloaded now. We to check the logs. Here we go to the review log. Here we select the hexacopter E1. Here our log. Here also timing we can see 844. Here we select the log and open it. Now our log is opened. Here we can see the graphs values, parameters, variables, and here we see the map, our whole plan in this map, and completed path. Here we also see the parameters. Here we see the parameters. Now here we also check the variables. Here we first of all go to the ATT. ATT means altitude. Here we see the graph of the rolling. Here we see that graph. After that, we also see the pitching. Here there are two graphs comes, roll and pitch. Now we deselect the roll, we can only see the pitch. Now we select the yeah, pitch and roll. Here we can see the whole three graphs, pitch, roll and yeah. Here we can see by zooming that portion, we can see that logs. Here we can see. Here we seeing that portion of the log. Now we see if in this here we see the GPS, where we see the time. IMU means internal measurement units. Here we can see IMU, that gyroscope X direction, gyroscope Y direction, gyroscope Z directions. First of all, we deselect the GPS. No. Here we can see the gyroscope X direction, gyroscope Y direction. Here we see all that lists. Now we see the gyroscope X direction graph. Here we see the gyroscope Y direction. After the selecting this portion, we get a whole graph of that. Here we can zoom it also. Acceleration X direction, acceleration Y direction. Here we see acceleration Z direction. Here we see that all things. After zooming that, here we see the values of some graphs up and down. Here also we see the all parameter things or already. Our flight is completed. Here we see also the this these parameters also we copy and export this file and convert into the Microsoft Excel sheet. Thank you. My essay activity presentation is completed. Thank you.